I'm Suzanne. Thank you for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some of the curriculum and some small unit studies and book studies that I have purchased over the last couple months and that I have bound with my ProClick at home. I thought this might be a great way to introduce you to some smaller homeschool parents that have created wonderful studies and resources for us to use in our homeschools. And you might not have had the opportunity yet to discover these wonderful book guides and pieces of curriculum that might not have come across your school desk yet. So I thought I would take the opportunity to introduce them to you. Oh, where to begin? I love this. I did this last year. I did a curriculum unboxing. All the curriculum that I had sent out to be bound. And it was a lot of fun. Everybody was really happy to see them. And I thought this year I would do it, except I bound them myself because after that video and that outpouring of funds, I decided that it was time for me to investigate how to bind things at home. And for me, the easiest way to do that was a ProClick. Okay, I'm going to show you the latest purchase. Now, one of the things I was debating on was what we were going to do for history. Now, I made a purchase. I'm still not totally sure what the plan is for next year, but I did pick up the study guides and the audiobooks for History Quest. Yeah, History Quest had a 30% off sale, so I took the opportunity to grab these. Now, these are still on sale, everything on their site. So if you wanted to do like US history, and they have other things, but everything on their site is 30% off until the end of May, I believe. So when you see this video, I think you might have 2 days left to grab that opportunity. Anyway, I did pick up History Quest. Which one's this? Okay, so this is the early times. I've heard so many great things about this, and as I mentioned in my curriculum video, I couldn't decide, kind of had FOMO, I said. I really was interested in this. Now, I'm not going to do a flip through of that because I've seen many on YouTube already, so you could just do a search for those if you wanted to see a flip through. But I grabbed that, and I grabbed the middle times as well. And so I just purchased the study guides, and I printed it off and bound it myself. And I'm going to do the audiobook version. So I didn't purchase the hard copy of the actual book. I purchased the audiobook. And the reason that I decided to do that was because I did see the inside of the book and it just didn't look like a lot of fun to read myself. And it didn't, it wasn't really illustrative and that sort of thing enough to interest me. So I got the audiobook, which I listened to a sample, which you can listen to a sample online, and the woman's voice was really lovely. And yeah, so definitely think that was the best route. And this is the study guide that accompanies it. So I think that was the best combination for our family. Something else I picked up, I know the light's reflecting, I'm hoping you get to see it. And this is Night Creatures. I've mentioned these studies in the past because I really love them. They're Charlotte Mason inspired, and she always does an introduction. So Krista Wiley makes these. She always has like an introduction. Then she gives book recommendation and a suggested schedule for a year of study and the materials that you're going to need. Now, I just ordered the book for this, and this is going to be part of our summer reads. I will say we started to do the North American animals because we already had that. We just finished Thornton W. Burgess's Bird Book, and it was part of our morning basket. I mentioned that because we had one of Crystal's studies for that as well. And I highly recommend, if you like those books, to check out her site. I'm really in love with her studies. I will say, now the North American Animal book, we started it and I was looking through the book list and I realized, number one, I had purchased the wrong actual book to read. So I ordered that from Amazon. That'll come in a couple days. But besides that, I was going through the picture book, and instead of going to the library as I usually would, ordering a bunch of books, I just did some searches on YouTube. Now, this is too young for us. The picture books are too young. I love picture books. We still read a ton of them, but it really depends on the type of picture books. And then I found the ones in this list for the animal book was for a much younger child. So I wasn't really interested in it. I'm not a younger child, but my daughter wasn't really interested in it either. However, she has in each of her lessons, and they're always broken down, which I love and appreciate, she has listed other materials that you could use for an older child. To give you an idea, here's what is suggested for an older student. Look up a cottontail rabbit in the field guide. This is for the first lesson. And draw it in their nature journal. Written notes on habitats or what they learned in this chapter should be encouraged. Make sure they label their drawings. And it's optional to use your handbook of nature study. And I'm actually going to pull that out for the first time. I've had it on my shelf for 2 years and I haven't used it. I didn't use it with the last study either, but I'm going to this time because I really, well, I want to. And then the listing of the picture books, but like I said, they're too young. So I'm still going to use this, and I'm glad that I had the lesson because I read under chapter 1, Jenny Wren gives Peter Rabbit an idea, asked for an oral narration. Okay, and when I read that, I'm like, that's not what happened in the first chapter of the book we read. And then I discovered I bought the wrong book. I should be embarrassed, but I'm not. It's a lot of books in this house. Okay, and just to show you, I mean, this is, I've showed these in videos before, but I also have Simple Studies, Meadow Creatures, and that is for the book Among the Meadow People. So we're going to read that this summer. What I've decided to do, because we're going to a cottage for most of the summer this year, which that's a real big treat for us and not the norm for us. We're really excited, is I'm going to take the Meadow Creatures and the Night Creatures, and we also have her Seashore book. So we are going to take those. Now, to be clear, these are year-long studies, but I'm going to go through them this summer. We're going to have a lot more free time, and I fear that if I wait any longer, my daughter might not be interested in some of these stories. I mean, I already feel like I missed the boat on the coloring pages that are included, and now I'm missing the boat on the picture books because she's too old. So I want to make sure I get some goodness out of these books and these studies that I purchased. But yeah, definitely look at them. I love them. All right, I also bought Waldorf Way's Human Body Unit Study this year, and this is for, we're doing a human body study right now. We haven't actually started this unit study yet, but that's one that we bought and purchased. That's one we bought and purchased, my goodness. This is one we bought and bound. Another one that I love, this is Fairy Lore of the World. This is a multicultural STEM unit, and this is by Little World Wanderers. And this is about fairy lore from all over the world. And it has cute little activities. It's absolutely beautiful, and I just think it's a magical read. Yeah. So these are all the fairies from all over the world that you're going to study. And I'll make sure all the links are down below, but this is, yeah. And here they are, United Kingdom. It's just really, really cute. And there's a teacher manual that I'm showing you here. And there's also a student manual, but I have that bound in something else that we're doing for our Latin American study right now. So, yeah. All right. And these, I won't go into too much detail because I did show these on my curriculum choices video, but it is something I purchased in the last couple months that I'm in love with and super excited about, and that I bound ourselves. We bought Guest Hollow's Language Arts and Guest Hollow's Beowulf's Grammar. And now this is unit just 1. There's like, I printed off 4 of these for the grammar. And it's a lot of hands-on activities, which I think Vivian's really going to love. So I printed it off. It's in a binder upstairs. If you want to have a look inside of the Guest Hollow's Language Arts and the Beowulf, definitely check out the links below, because a friend of mine from a Kettle Pot Boot Camp did an amazing review and flip through of those. So I don't feel the need to do that because she did such a wonderful job. But if you want to see the inside of that and how fantastic it is, definitely check out those videos. Also from Guest Hollow, I picked up a junior geography, and this is one I'm really excited about for next year as well. Now, this is one I didn't see a flip through on YouTube. It certainly didn't come up in my search. So if this is one you do want to see inside or for me to do a quick review on, let me know and I'll try to make that happen. All right. I have a big stack of guides that I purchased from a Mother's Day sale from Hearth Magic. And if you have been tuning into my channel, you know that I'm currently obsessed. Well, I don't know if you do know, but I'm going to tell you. I am currently obsessed with Hearth Magic's study guides. She has so many other amazing things as well on her Etsy channel. So I encourage you to have a look there. But I'm going to show you all the book guides I bought. Now, you definitely will know if you're watching my channel how much of a book family we are. We read a ton. Absolutely love books in this house. And I'm really moving more into a literature-based curriculum as much as I possibly can. And I think I'm doing that in a more intentional way, trying to get help from curriculum as opposed to just designing my own next year. But I also love creating my own unit study. So I'm going to do a mix of that for sure. I'm talking way too much. I'm getting into it. All right. Now, I've already shown and done a wonderful, I think it's wonderful. No, I already did a look inside for this one. Here's the link right here if you want to have a look at that. So this one is for Anne of Green Gables. Again, these are all like book guides, family learning guides, I think she calls them. Little House in the Big Woods. Wind in the Willows. The Secret Garden. The Hobbit. Yes, there's quite a few. I think I have almost everyone that she has listed, except for a couple that I'm probably not going to be reading, like Charlotte's Web. We don't want to read that again. So this is the Green Ember Family Learning Guide. The Green Ember, which, yeah, can't wait to read that. Okay, and this is a Narnia, which we will be doing next year at Christmas time. And I also picked up one of her mythology guides, and this is Norse mythology, because we're doing Norse mythology next year. Yeah, that's quite a stack from Magic Hearth, but like I said, absolutely, they're beautiful. Take a look at that look inside I did for Anne of Green Gables, and you'll see how detailed, imaginative, creative, and beautiful the guide is. Like, it's certainly an experience for the family is what I'm thinking. It's an experience that my daughter and I are going to have this spring and summer because we are doing Anne of Green Gables. And we're really excited because we get to go to Anne of Green Gables this year too. So that will make it even more special. I was debating also trying to squeeze in The Secret Garden because it's such a great one to read for the spring. However, it made more sense, obviously, to do Anne of Green Gables since we're going there. And my daughter pointed that out very clearly to me. Sometimes she has to be the voice of reason, which that's not a good sign. Anyway, and I'm looking forward to doing Wind in the Willow. I'm going to try to squeeze that in. If not in the fall, then definitely next spring. All right, those are all the ones I'm going to share with you. Let me know if you want to know more of something that I shared. I hope you saw something there that you are interested in. They might like to look into getting for your family. If so, please let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, also let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, please hit like. And if you want to see more like it, definitely subscribe. And I will see you soon with another video.